like she said, prayer does still work. And with that, I have a special guest that has just called in from Detroit, Michigan. She's our guest, Angela Renee Naylor. She is a playwright, and she is the owner of Taiju'Bo Productions. And she is the playwright that has written the play "Prayer Still Works" that will be in Rockford. This is the welcome.
Thank you very much, and thank you for that wonderful introduction.
Well, I'm happy to have you here over there in Detroit, Michigan. I don't want to give too much information about the play, but can you tell me a little bit about this production?
Yes. First of all, we are just so honored, the Taiju'Bo family, to be coming to Rockford to do this production. And Prayer Still Works is just the testimony that every family has, that when they're going through challenges, and we all go through challenges, life situations, that prayer and staying still and waiting for God to answer and get us through those stormy times is what we need to do. Sometimes we just rush to try to take care of our own problems, well, Prayer Still Works is about a family who's experiencing some different situations with their children. And what I like about Prayer Still Works is it's everybody's testimony. It doesn't have a color barrier. It doesn't have an age barrier. It doesn't have an economic barrier. This is everybody's story, everybody's testimony, that we all go through life situations. We all have or know someone that's been in abusive situations. We all know someone who can't find their way. We all know someone who may be experiencing things with abuse. And this is the story that tells that not only do we go through these things, but we have to stay prayerful so that we can get through these things. Prayer still works.
Well, that's wonderful. So you said this is the 10th play that you've written?
This is the 10th play that I've written. I started years ago just writing them actually for a hobby. And my mother was the one that inspired me to stage a play. And I really, I did it for fun. It was something I had a passion of doing. But I really didn't think anyone would come. I didn't think I could get anybody to perform in it. But I took a chance. And the first play that I wrote was Lifestyles. And we had an audience. I couldn't even tell you where all of the people came from.
Wow.
From that point on, every year, we had more and more people, to this point that now we are so honored, the Taiju'Bo family, to have people asking us every year, when you're doing another one. They're at one play asking about the new play. When are you writing a new one? And I'm just blessed. I'm getting emotional now, because for people to appreciate your work and your ministry is a true blessing. And not only that, for what we do to touch people's lives in a real way. These plays are message plays, and they're written to give hope or to motivate people to change something that's happening in their lives.
So you usually write about basically your motivation in doing this is to try to inspire people when you're writing it. What are some of the topics that you write about?
I've written plays on racism, domestic violence. I wrote one on the faceless angels, which I wrote for my aunt who passed away of breast cancer. And it just told of her struggles through that time and how really brave she was in going through that very difficult time, that she wanted to still protect everybody else. And she didn't want people to worry about her. So as I look around at the different situations in life, not only in my life but in other people's lives that I know or just in the community itself, that's what it inspires me to write. We just did a play last year that I wrote about 4 years ago, but we brought it back, and it was called Gone Too Soon, because every time I turned on the news, it was some young people, some young person, being killed to violence.
Yes, that is so prevalent nowadays.
It was just every day it was something, and I said, wow. I said, I need to write about that because these young people are gone too soon. And so it's those type of things that motivate me to write. You know, and I use some personal experiences too. But that, I believe, is what makes it real for the audience. That's what makes them get in touch because as they're looking at us minister to them through theatrics, they're saying, wow, that's my story, or that's somebody's story I know. And hopefully in the production, we can show the struggles. A lot of times when people do Christian plays, they don't show the real struggle. They don't, you know, you have to give people the real story in order for them to take it in and to process it the way that they need to in order to perhaps make a change in their lives.
Well, I can just feel the passion and the excitement in you just when you're talking about it, so I know it's going to be good. You know, and we're looking forward to having you come here to Rockford. I mean, I hear that you're packing out audiences in Detroit, and I'm ready for you to do that here in Rockford.
We are so ready. I have a wonderful, wonderful cast of people. We're bringing 25 people, including our musicians, Urban Soul, here in Detroit. I can't even express how much love I have for the people that take days and days and hours of their time to come and rehearse. Last year when we had the horrible thunderstorm and the bad weather and the snowstorms, the people were still in my basement rehearsing. And that's how committed they are. So I love each of them, and I just love them being a part of the dream. I tell them all the time, I said, I just write the words. You give it life. And that's what we're going to do in Rockford. It's a play that you've never witnessed before. And I guarantee you that when people leave, it would have touched every emotion that they had, and it would have related to something that's happening in their lives. And they will know the prayer still works when they leave that building.
Well, definitely you're doing something that works after, you know, it lasting this long, and I hear that you do absolutely no marketing, so you are doing something definitely right. How did that name, Taiju'Bo Productions, come about?
Well, that's just part of family members' names. My daughter, Taylor Naylor, and my son, Justin, and other family members. So I just put the name together, and it had a little ring to it. And it was funny when I named the company. People said, that's a funny name. That's a weird name. And I said, yes, it may be weird, but it's a name that once you hear it, if you heard it again, you would remember it. As weird as it is, like Taiju'Bo, I heard that somewhere before. And it has really stuck, and that name, when you say it in the metro area, is known. And so we're going to keep it.
Okay.
And we are looking forward to putting it on the billboards in Rockford, and not only doing this production, but coming back and sharing a lot more of the ministry in theater with Rockford. Rockford is my hometown. I was born there, and my family is there, and it's such an honor to be able to take this back to the place where my roots started, where my grandparents lived and where my aunts lived, and it's just a blessing, and I am so happy that Grace and Glory believed in me enough to bring us there to share this ministry.
Yeah, so this is like a homecoming for you, and that's beautiful when
it's
you
like
can, when you can go out, you can leave, but you can still come back to share your gifts with where you came from. So that really right there in itself, this is definitely supposed to happen, and I know that it's going to be a wonderful event. Basically, and is there something else that you would like to leave the listeners here within Rockford before you come? Because you know we're definitely waiting for you.
All right. I just want to say to my Rockford family and friends, please come out and support this production. Please come out. It will change. It will change the way that you think about something that's you're going through this difficult in your life, it will inspire you. It will move you to action. And that's what Taiju'Bo is about. You know, we're not just entertainment. We're more of a ministry, a ministry with a message. And so there's some wonderful playwrights out there, and I love them, but Taiju'Bo is unique in that when you leave that place, you will be able to talk about something that happened in that play years down the road. And so that's what we want to do. We want to leave an impact on the audience member, and we want to make a difference. So I encourage you, please, to get your tickets, come out and see us, and we are going to have a wonderful time with you. We have audience participation.
Okay.
We have mime. We have things that you probably never witnessed in a production. We have it all. And we have the very talented, gifted people that will bring it to you in a professional, yet kind and compassionate way. And so we are looking forward to getting on the road and traveling there and just being a part of your day on September the 13th. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Angela. It has really been a blessing. I mean, this is just a great experience. I mean, to have this play come in here and be able to speak with the actual playwright that's doing it. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your morning, and I hope that I might even possibly meet you, because I'll definitely be there.
I definitely want to meet you. I will make it a point, and it's my honor and it's my privilege to speak with you this morning, and I am the one that's thankful for Rockford believing and supporting this production. So thank you.
All right.
And I look forward, and my cast of Taiju'Bo looks forward to being there on September the 13th.
Well, thank you. And we're going to have a song next.
Some people have seen where God has brought you from. They don't really understand